November is Native American Heritage Month, celebrating the rich culture and invaluable contributions of the first Americans. Today, Oklahoma tribes are following those deep-rooted traditions to take back control of their fresh food supply and their health. Our sassy mama, Karen Ross, shows us how.
Can you truly be a sovereign nation without being able to feed your people?
Long before Oklahoma was a state, the first Americans lived off the land completely.
They were gardening, they were hunters, they were fishermen.
Relying on Mother Nature, sharpened skills and methods passed down through the generations.
The Three Sisters, is always planted in a circular, like a mound with a moat around it. So
knowledge to keep everyone fed and healthy.
We certainly were a healthier people in many ways before removal.
But everything changed after the tribes were forced to leave their homelands, sometimes hundreds of miles away, to take the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma.
When the United States was providing food to Native Americans generations ago, they were providing, and we should be honest about this, not nutritious food, food that was cheap, food that could be shipped, and that impacted our diets. And in fact,
200 years later, there's a new health threat that has kick-started the push for this generation to find a solution to gaps in the tribal food supply.
COVID really emphasized the need for fresh food and for fresh meat.
Harley Moore Wilson is the Natural Resources and Food Sovereignty Director for the Osage Nation. We went to the pastures in Osage County to see where the solution starts. Oh my God, here they come. Here's more up there. These magnificent animals are sacred to the Osage.
Originally, we were a Plains Indian, and so we followed the bison herd and we went on hunts.
Now, instead of hunting them, the Osage raise the animals ethically to help sustain the tribe and their traditions.
We do have lots of babies, and we have about 90 on the ground right now. They have so much energy. I was like, let's take that energy and give it back to our people at that point in time,
Anyone can buy fresh bison, beef, pork, and venison here at the Osage Nation's Butcher House Meats in Hominy. For surrounding communities, they deliver.
The benefits are endless, let me tell you. You have the availability of knowing what goes into your animals. You know what is fed, you know what is vaccinated. You know the quality of meat, you know when that meat was cut. You know how long it's been in the freezer. The taste is just so much more vibrant and fresh, and it has so much more flavor.
Costs are discounted for Osage citizens. Even at full price, you're still paying less than most grocery stores. Plus, it's a healthier option for all.
Bison definitely are a much leaner animal, so the health benefits are there because there's not as much fat within those animals.
Neighboring Cherokee Nation also used federal COVID funding to launch the 1839 Cherokee Meat Company, which just celebrated its first anniversary.
Cherokee people can truly say that the cattle is raised within the reservation, in many cases raised by Cherokee farmers or the Cherokee Nation itself, processed through here in a facility that's staffed by Cherokees, owned and operated by the Cherokee Nation, and then distributed either in a retail setting or through our programs to the Cherokee people. That is full circle. That is food sovereignty.
In addition to fresh meat, the Cherokees are going back to their roots to provide fresh produce.
It is about reconnecting Cherokee citizens to traditional plants and the plants that sustained our people.
More than 100 plants grow in the Cherokee Heirloom Garden in Tahlequah. There are native varieties of corn, beans, and squash, and even gourds.
This year I grew some heirloom corn, and I only got a few ears, but it was fun to grow, and it reminded me and my daughter and wife where our food comes from, part of our history.
The garden holds 5 of the tribe's 7 sacred plants. Here, everything is grown for genetic preservation, ensuring those species don't go extinct. Then, thousands of extra seeds are packed and sent around the world to Cherokee citizens, who can request them online every season.
We can have seeds in our hand that we know literally the ancestors of those seeds came with us on the Trail of Tears, and I think that's very powerful.
This garden's 3 months old.
3 months old?
Yeah.
Garden to Table mindset is the foundation for 39 Restaurant at the First Americans Museum in Oklahoma City.
Using a lot of indigenous ingredients, trying to source locally, from native suppliers. So when we start composting, look at the soil. Isn't that gorgeous?
Potawatomi citizen Loretta Barrett Oden is the head chef at 39 Restaurant. She has launched the first Native American restaurant in Santa Fe over 30 years ago, plus an Emmy-winning TV series, and consulted countless times as an indigenous culinary expert. I would love for you to sign your new cookbook.
Oh, wow, absolutely. I'm honored.
So let's start out. When did you begin cooking?
As soon as my grandma put a little apron around my waist and stood me up on a chair, turned around backwards, and I was in charge of rolling out the cracker crumbs between 2 sheets of wax paper to make salmon croquettes.
Now Loretta has brought all her knowledge and experience home to Oklahoma. She calls this restaurant her culinary swan song.
I want to see us have, gardens here. I want to see us have a greenhouse here. I want to, be able to grow a lot of the stuff that we use in the kitchen, and then start teaching the young people, get them involved in that. I think, the food is key and critical to everything that I do here.
One thing you won't find on the menu here at 39, Indian tacos. She says fry bread and Indian tacos are tied to the government commodities program. They weren't originally part of the native diet.
I said, nope, not going to do that. I'll give you a blue corn fish taco. How about that? And they said, okay, we'll try that.
Whether it's providing meat, fruits and vegetables, or the knowledge on how to prepare them.
It really is about, we have the absolute right to our traditional foods. We should have the right to know where they come from, to grow them ourselves. This is good, clean, wonderful food. It's delicious.